Hi, it's Jessica Walden with the Greater Macon Chamber of Commerce, joined by our Government and Military Affairs Chair, Chrissy Miner, and we're here for our first legislative update or advocacy update for the 2025 session.
Here we go.
Chrissy, here we go. It was great to have our chamber delegation all come together in Atlanta for the Georgia Chamber Eggs and Issues, where we were able to hear from top state leadership, including our governor, on the priorities going into this session. And so it was a big day. We heard some big things, Chrissy.
Yes, the governor actually said verbatim that his #1 priority is tort reform. So we're going to see a lot of legislation around that. And then the other thing was school safety. There was a lot of talk about school safety and some others having to do with workforce.
Yeah, and I definitely picked up on the workforce, the governor's vision for us to be the top state for talent in order to couple it with being the best state to do business for 11 years and running. So that means, of course, that workforce covers workforce housing, where that will go under the Gold Dome versus a local issue. We will also continue to hear about the child tax credit. That is something, and as well as childcare. Childcare was a big workforce issue that I heard several times mentioned.
The lieutenant governor specifically talked about that in his fireside chat, so we will definitely see that. So, you know, this past week it was all about the procedural, making appointments to committees. And speaking of committees, we have Senator Rick Williams, who's going to be the chair of the Retirement Committee. And of course, Senator John Kennedy will continue to be Senate Pro Tem for us. And full week for them last week. This week is all about budget hearings, so they won't actually be in session this week.
Interesting enough, we've got some new faces on our delegation. Be sure to look in this email. You will see who they are. It is exciting to again have President Pro Tem Kennedy leading our not only the Senate but also our delegation. And I will encourage you we will continue to give you advocacy updates as we receive them during the session and try to distill some of that information for you. But also mark your calendars for our Macon Day, which is coming up in February. All the information is in this newsletter. And again, we're here to hear from you. If there are any legislation issues affecting your business, let us know. You'll find our full legislative agenda in this email that Chrissy received board approval on, that we will use as our blueprint going into the 2025 session.
2 other big dates. April 4th, we're looking at for potential sine die, and then March 6th for crossover day. So it should be an interesting.
It is an interesting year, and there was one bill that did come back. One of our favorites.
The cornbread is back, ladies and gentlemen. We have cornbread again.
We'll see if
it was
cornbread
dropped
passes
on day 1. We'll see how it goes.
We'll see if that's our official bread, but if it is, we will make sure we'll have it at our Macon Day Fish Fry coming up in February.
Absolutely.
So here we go.
Let's go.